Hey guys, Caleb with WhiteMetalGames here. We're starting a new series on the channel today. This is called Since You Asked. Since You Asked will address client questions directly. A lot of times people will ask us how we do something or how we paint something or how we built something in this case. So this model is locally in the studio we refer to it as the Nurgle Centipede. This model was developed for a project called the Bruised Death Guard. That was a Chaos Space Marine Death Guard army. This is actually going to be featured on a series of videos by Mini Wargaming Dave in a narrative campaign starting in January 2020. This model is part of a studio collection that is currently up for sale on eBay. It's a part of about a 2,500 point army, and the Nurgle Centipede counts as a defiler in that collection. Now, it's based on a 160 millimeter round base. We kind of developed this like a Sector Mechanicus base using some spares from around the shop. As you can see down here at the very bottom, we've got all of these knight helmets that it's kind of collected in a nest-like format. So we imagine that over time it's scurried around the battlefield and grabbed trophies from various battles. We just had a ton of these left over, and we liked the idea of this guy skulking around. So one of our viewers asked how we built the model, and particularly their questions regarded these legs. So the legs themselves are from a kit called the RoboGear Spider. This is an overseas kit. It's developed by a company called Technolog, I think. And it's a relatively cheap kit. You get 6 legs with a vehicle chassis for about $10. You can find these online for sale. Lots of different companies sell them. They're generally sold out of Russia or China or an overseas country like that. In addition to that essential part of the model, we used a blight drone. As you can see, the head was used up here, and then on the back half of the model, you can see the Nurgle blight drone's tail was attached up top. The connecting piece was made from a vinyl Alien Queen, which was a vinyl kit that was released at 1/6 scale in conjunction with the film Aliens. And then lots and lots of these lower leg plates from knights were used to create a carapace for the model. We build and convert a lot of knights here, and we usually have spares left over each time we do it. So we have tons of these left over from various kits and projects. To make it work as a defiler, we gave it standard defiler options, including a Reaper autocannon, a battle cannon, as well as a power scourge, which we put up top at the tail. All of those are spares from the Hellbrute kit. And then we obviously sculpted in the gaps. We added some postules, that sort of thing. A lot of these are metal beads or silica balls that you get just about every time you buy a piece of clothing or a pair of shoes. You get a little pack of silica balls in your packaging container. So those are pressed into the green stuff while it's nice and moist. It's pretty hard to see, but on the back of the model, we actually used the variant or the RoboGuard Spider leg holders to give the legs a position, and then once we built the base, we just kind of finagled the legs and dry fit them a bunch until we felt comfortable with the position, and then we finally glued them into place, cleaning up any scarring to look like rust or chipping effects. One notable thing about this model is the scale of the model. Defilers traditionally aren't based, but this collection was developed for the open playstyle and that sort of gamer in mind. We don't always build models for competitive play. I think that for gamers that want a competitive collection, we can certainly build models out of existing kits to make them closer to competitive standards. But for something like this, we're just having a lot of fun with it. Scale-wise, this model is about 9 or 10 inches tall, give or take. I'm going to put a couple models on the base with it so you can kind of see. Here's a Tyranid Hormigaunt, and this is a Stormcast Eternal, which is roughly the size of a Primaris Marine. So you can see there in scale that those models don't even come up to the top of the head of this model. They're just teeny tiny. And when you compare it to the footprint overall of the model, You can see here that it just really doesn't, 160 millimeters is massive. The Defiler is one of the few Chaos models that doesn't have a base. I think eventually that might change. But for now, this is the general footprint of it, and if you were going to use this model in game, measuring to and from the base would make the most sense to keep the same profile of the model intact. This also has the added benefit that you could always position your own models on the base for display purposes. So if you're at a tournament or something, you could put a couple prominent figures up here to draw attention during the judging. This model probably took about 30 hours all in, I would have to guess. Probably about 20 of that being the build and another 10 of that being painting. A lot of fun to build and paint. Conversions like these are definitely something we love doing, and we would love to do this for your collection as well. To see more about this model, head on over to WhiteMetalGames.com/video, where you can check out all of our premium content. You can find more videos like this, where we show how models are built and made. You can also see premium painting tutorials, sculpting tutorials, assembly videos, and the like. If you have questions about models you've seen on our channel, feel free to contact us at info@WhiteMetalGames.com. Title the video "Since You Asked" and let us know what questions you have. We'll be happy to address them in the order they're received. This is Caleb with White Metal Games, and be sure to check out more of our work at WhiteMetalGames.com. Thanks so much.